Initializing caution files. Please stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Regardless, we have 5 juicy games here, 5 of them. And this is officially the last match that we're going to see, because obviously all of the other matches have been played. So this is officially the last thing that we'll see from RAGL Season 10. But let's get straight into it. This should be really good. Upps versus Anjew. Upps has been really good. And I think I'll probably have to put up the audio a little bit higher. There we go. Let me know if that's good. But regardless, these two players have been pretty amazing during this season. Let's talk about Upps first. Upps has been... Well, Upps pretty much caused an upset for... Which is pretty funny. Upps caused an upset. In my words. He has actually shown and amazed some of the players with some of his performances that he did. And especially in the playoffs as well, he surprised none other than Master Player Bane, who was pretty amazed by his skill set. And he has provided us some really good quality matches during this season regardless. But on the other side, we have none other than the Demo Truck legend, and this time, this season, he was shining with radiation pretty much. This man is known as Mr. Anjew and is currently the supreme leader of Ukraine. In my opinion, he rarely plays any other faction, and he really likes the destructive power. And he is starting in the bottom right corner with a double ref build order. I think this is probably the first time in this entire season that Anjew is going for a double ref build. At least from the matches that I have casted, and I think I've casted all of his matches. I'm not entirely sure. There's Upps trying to do some force fire, but he's missing. Ooh, he's standing right next to the barrel. Is Anjew going to detonate the barrel? Doesn't seem like it's going to be the case here. Upps is being really aggressive, trying to find that engineer and getting out of that explosive hellhole as fast as he could. But I think he took some very favorable traits with that army, even though it's equal and not anymore. Oh, never mind. I thought we were going to see a normal build here, but that is not going to be the case. So Anjew has sold his ref just to get that little extra cash back. So he was able to pop down this flame tower, and he's going for a very early flame rush here. Now it's going to be the case of if Upps can actually scout this out. Let's see if he does. Anjew's going over there and he's going to prevent that. So nicely done from Anjew to hide the flame tower and not put it in a good position that would benefit him later on, just because he doesn't want to inform Upps about any possible flame rush. And meanwhile, it seems like Upps has done the same thing pretty much. Went for a double ref early on, but sold the ref. Which I'm not actually sure is a very good idea to do on this map. Regarding the positions of the mines and all the ore spread out like this, it's going to be some long distance mining later on. Okay. Here's the engineer with the APC following behind. Now the engineer's not going to have that much luck. Also not going to be able to find a war factory of some sort. And it's going to be very tough for Anjew to do anything with this flame rush here. The main army is sitting there from Upps. Don't think he's going to do it. No, he's not going to do it yet. Which I think is a smart choice. I'm guessing he wanted to do it just because this is around the time where MCVs come out, etc. So he was trying to prevent the MCV from being built in the first place. But Upps is just chilling in his base and he's now putting scouts up at crucial positions just so he can see what is coming towards his base. Ooh, is Anjew going to give it away? Upps in the meantime trying to get the natural oil from Anjew. Anjew has to be careful though, he has to, I hope he's paying attention because that's a pretty costly APC filled with 5 flames. Oh no! Yikes, look at that kill bounty. Upps just gained 235 off of that. That is very unfortunate. But that is very good news for Upps though. Ooh, and it seems like Upps has also managed to take this oil back from Anjew, and he was trying to go for the natural. Anjew sent a harvester there for defense in terms of soaking, but now he just forgot about it. Alright, good. Not that much scouts from Anjew going on here either. So this attack is going to come for a huge... it's going to be a surprise for Anjew basically. And it's not going to be a surprise that he likes, and it can actually cost him a lot as well. If that ref goes down, it's really annoying. He also doesn't have really the buildings to place it back in a good position. Let's see if Upps realizes and if he will go for the ref and then move back out. I think that would be... Yep, he's going for it. I think that's the best strategy here. Just take the ref and get the hell out and preserve your army. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And like I said, that is going to be really good and also really bad for Anjew's eco. He is able to eco slide, but still, it's going to reduce his income by a ton. And there is Anjew trying to go for the counter here, but his tanks are not in a good position, and Upps is once again being aggressive and trying to deny this expansion for Anjew in the future. And by doing so, that will keep most of his army safe to fight another day. Looking at the combat tab here, we have a small advantage for Upps right now, just because of the fact he took some better, favorable engagements, but he took a huge lead right now by taking out this ref. And let's see where Anjew is going. And let's see what Upps can see with that army. He didn't see much, but he did see a tank. So he could imply that there is an army. But meanwhile, Upps maybe wants to counter, seeing that he saw an army. But who knows? Anyways, that expansion isn't going to hold and could be dangerous, but I think Upps should be in time to reinforce his main base. Meanwhile, he's trying to do damage here again. So once again going for the ref, but it's not going to do anything else. Once again slowing down Anjew's eco here. It seems like he's going to be fine. Yep, and Anjew is not going to risk that, which I basically agree on. The MCV was still there, so pillboxes, tanks, and infantry was present. Ooh, this is not looking great for Anjew. The army is being split off here towards static defenses and the army that was sitting in the bottom, but it is actually thinning his army out in a very bad way. Tanks, most of the tanks were sitting over here without infantry support, got demolished by all of these rocket soldiers, and the infantry was getting cleaned up by the static defenses. And the gap here is becoming pretty large. For Upps now was getting pretty even again. Anjew was doing a pretty good job so far. Seems like Anjew hasn't had any luck so far up here. However, where's the MCV? The main MCV from Upps. Interesting. I think he lost an MCV there. And once again, Upps is trying from that same angle, but he's getting a little bit screwed here by the map. Tank was going the other way around, leaving his infantry exposed. Now, once again, back on the run, but Anjew is chasing. Anjew's still in a little bit of trouble here. I think that is a new MCV, I'm not entirely sure, but Upps is doing a pretty good job taking map control. Both players are on Radar Dome as well. Wow, double helipad all of a sudden. Let's have a look here what is going on. It's going to invest heavily into air here, it seems. This is not looking good for Anjew, but I think he's just going to play it safe for now. Hopefully that Upps makes a mistake where Anjew can capitalize off, and okay, well that is probably the reason he's playing it cool. Are we going to see demo truck comebacks here? He is on tier 3. But we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Upps is creating a nice distraction here with his army. I don't think he has any plans of engaging, but he's just causing a distraction for this small infantry to take out as much as eco as he can. And this is pretty crucial eco for Anjew, considering the fact he doesn't have much map control and much other expansions or to consider. And there's even another eco harassment with all of these medium tanks that found their way around during this entire deception. And that is not good for Anjew's eco. It's also stalling. 4 harvesters, 2 of them are not working. My bad, it's 3. No, my bad once again, it's probably also going to be 2. And Anjew is just getting overwhelmed here. The demo truck could have been nice. I'm not sure if he was planning to go for it. He was, but it's still 30 seconds away. And quite frankly, I don't think he's going to be able to survive for 30 seconds. Oh, like I said, we might go out with a blast here. So I hope that is going to be the case. But so far, nice aggression from Upps early on. The night tap position from Anjew here, putting a lot of pressure onto the main, and that allowed him to move his main CV in a pretty aggressive position as well. And Anjew was pretty much overwhelmed early on. There's the demo truck. Are we going to see it happen with a blast? And Upps is sending his... He did see it! Ooh, but... Wow, still a lot of that army got destroyed. But unfortunately, it isn't going to matter. Because even though if Anjew survives this, he doesn't have the eco to keep production going. And he's just going to be overwhelmed at wave number 2 or wave number 3 from Upps. And even this RT is shredding like a madman. There is the first game going to Upps, who also was on tier 3. We heard Tanya laughing in the background, preparing for some fun. But unfortunately, she has to wait for potentially the next game.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, game number 2. Between Upps and Anjew for the 3rd place decider. Upps currently 1-0 against Anjew. Let's see what he's going to do this time. Unfortunately, he had a couple of... Didn't really work out. Like, he tried to go for a flame rush, got pretty much denied. And he lost that without being able to do anything. From there on out, just being really aggressive. But it seems we're going to see a War Factory first build from Anjew this time. With 5 riflemen though. Pretty much the max you can spend if you want to do this build. It seems like Upps is expecting a rack skip build perhaps, but he didn't really scout out this entire area, so I'm actually surprised. But he's also not committing fully here, so... Oh, he's actually even able to clean this up. Oh, what the? Anjew, move! What? Wow, that's a very unfortunate move, Command. Oh, unfortunately, Scout gave away that location! And he snipes the engineer like a boss. Wow, what an MVP, and very unfortunate microing from Upps there. He's now going to try and kill off the oil instead, but there is Anjew's flank coming out of the war factory. Surprised he didn't go for an APC considering he still has the engineer around. Because now this takes him a lot of microing to clean up the rifleman. I think the APC was probably a better choice, but... At least he made it possible to save his oil. Upps going for the same build here once again. Double ref, selling off a ref later on. Just to get the war factory out a little bit sooner. He has gone for a light tank. I think that's a good choice here. Very good counter against the flak. No rockets yet from Anjew, so he's going to have a hard time here dealing with this light tank. But that usually happens a lot, which is pretty interesting because you build 3 rockets in your build order, as a double ref build order, your main army is pretty effective against basically anything early game. However, if you go War Factory first, you don't really have any army until you have 4 harvesters and you start your production. And if most people follow the standard 15-5 ratio, they usually only have rockets by the after they have 15 rifles, which is the case with Anjew as well. So if the light tank went in earlier, all of those rifles could have been lost. Which is why if I go War Factory first and I think about it, I usually build like 2 rockets first. Especially if you want to do the tank before MCV combo, I think then it's really because if you're gonna wait for the rockets to come out after 15 rifles, the tank is going to be idle, and if you're going for that build, you want to use the tank as soon as you can to get that advantage. And Upps once again trying to be very aggressive here with his light tank. Luckily for him, Anjew isn't chasing, otherwise these would have been dead as well. But it's looking a lot better for Anjew this time. Already on 5 Raxes to max his infantry production, still has 2 to go if he wants to completely maximize his production. But his infantry is going to be produced slightly faster than Upps. And nice MCV timing from Anjew as well. Especially considering the fact he's already on 5 Raxes, still a very good MCV expansion compared to his opponent right now. But Upps still has the early map control, has control over the comm center. But trying to fight your way through the middle to harass the main is going to be very tough for Anjew unless he deals with this first. It seems like Upps is going to try and deny that as much as he can. I like both scouting from these players here. Both players are like actively scouting the areas with their riflemen in crucial positions, trying to see where their opponents have expanded to. So far, not much yet. Oh, it seems like Upps had a scout there really close to the main. He did see the army moving out. So we might have a clash here, let's see. Anjew has the better concave, but Upps has his tanks in front already. Already takes out a heavy tank, that's pretty good. I think he saw the majority of that army, and I think he should realize he's a little bit outnumbered. So I'm not sure if he's going to engage or not. Ooh, that's a juicy scout. Alright. And you're doing a good job with this army, I feel like. Keeps his main safe for now. And he's just expanding casually on the other side with little to no resistance, but Upps is going to try and change that. Maybe should have tried and win the round. He has, I think he has 6 rockets in that army, so that's a pretty big. I think he can almost one-shot a harvester there, but there's Anjew's response, Tesla coil. So yeah, after a second try, I think Upps is going to give up here. Meanwhile, Anjew has taken advantage of Upps's focus onto the northern expansion here by taking out the comm center and taking out the other oil. And all of a sudden, Upps is trying his luck on the other side, but Anjew still had this on lockdown with a very nice concave end positioning. Slowly but surely he's coming closer, but he's still going to have a hard time if Upps is going to spam pillboxes here, which is not the case yet, but that can quickly change. Meanwhile, Upps is going for Radar Dome once again pretty early on. And there's Upps still trying to deny the Harvester. I like this. Barely out of range from the Tesla coil. Look at that. In theory, the Tesla coil could shoot at this man's feet and make him a crippled forever. But oh, nice eco flank here from Upps. He's trying to get the ref once again, though I don't think that's going to make... It's not going to make a huge difference. Anjew hasn't moved out his main MCV yet to help fortify this position, but I'm assuming he has his reasons. Maybe he just wants to keep the MCV in base just because of the middle here. Ooh! Not sure if the RT saw the rest of that army or if Upps saw the rest of it, but it seems like Upps is going to try and claim that position, even though he's still severely outnumbered in the southern position. Should be able to see that army. Oh wow, he does not. He should now. Anjew is going for it. Don't forget, Upps' army doesn't have tank support. He was probably trying to push map control with static defenses. And now he's completely overrun with this army being split off, going towards the harvesters. There's 4 harvesters here and a damaged MCV. But this is not looking great. Upps is going to send everything he has with artillery support. So he should be able to clean this up, but can he save the MCV? The MCV is struggling with the harvesters. Are the harvesters secretly part of Anjew here, trying to block him? There's the support. Let's see if Upps is going to build mechanics. He should, though. Should make mechanics to save all these harvesters. It's going to save him a lot of time, and it's going to make his eco a lot better. But no, he's opting to save the MCV instead with an engineer, which I don't think was necessary. Just trying to do some damage as well. Wow, it seems like this medium tank has been hanging out there for quite some time, especially if you see how damaged these 2 harvesters were. But I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. Let's have a look at the eco here. Upps is broke, Anjew is broke. But this map doesn't have that much eco. But in terms of army value, Anjew is way ahead in this game. Oh no, losing the Blackhawks like that. I'm not sure what Upps was trying to do. Ooh. That's nice from Anjew as well. Denying Upps as much eco as he can, and I think he's on... Still on 5 harvesters though, so he's rebuilding like a madman, but Anjew's also tearing them apart as well. But holy shit, that medium tank has killed an extra 2 harvesters, leaving the area with a veterancy 2 bonus right there. Well deserved, buddy. Well deserved. Anjew is going to take his revenge, clean up this expansion, including the main MCV. That's going to make it a lot harder on Upps here. Let's see what he's trying to do. Seems like the time has come for this veterancy 2 tank to die. I don't think Upps is going to pay attention to it in time. Oh! He does. Tries to live and fight another day here. Man, if that single rifleman wasn't like, hey, I found them guys, they're hiding over here, then those guys... Oh! No, the veterancy too! Blasphemy! Anyways, despite the disadvantage in army value, Upps is really trying here, but he's also losing a lot of army just because of that. Just overwhelmed by the sheer manpower, and he's losing a lot of units in the process, trying to force the turnaround here basically. Seems like Anjew is getting ready again. Ooh, well, Upps is forcing a decent engagement here. With the pillboxes did work out, but he should stop pushing his engagement maybe. Luckily for him, Anjew's tank is out of position. The parabombs completely miss. Still do some small splash damage. But here's some more support from the main, and Upps' tank is completely out of position, and this is getting cleaned up. So it was looking good, but halfway the engagement things started to turn around. And I don't think in the end it worked out for Upps, or at least not in his favor. He's trying to eco harass like a madman, but Anjew just has so much army sitting around that he can afford to defend every single position basically, with enough army to counter everything that Upps has. This is the third, I think the second time that Upps has to retreat here, but once again losing his entire army in the process. Anjew really taking his time though, not taking a lot of risks here. But once again he's on tier 3. And going for that Iron Curtain and Mammoth Tanks this time. He's in a good position, so I don't really think that he needs demo trucks. There's the scout from Anjew. Sees that the expansion is quite empty. Did see a little bit of that army, but he doesn't know what is hiding in the shroud. But he should have a good idea here that he's basically ahead. Oh, nice. No movement yet though. Oh wow, and all of a sudden Anjew isn't producing anything anymore. Did pop down the Iron Curtain, which is a good thing. Okay. This might turn out interesting after all. Seems like Upps went for tier 3. And you gave him enough time to pretty much rebuild his eco and stabilize it. And he went for a phase transport with that, which is France's special unit. Invisible transport is able to crush and able to carry 5 people as well. So basically it's just like a cloaked APC with a small rocket turret on it. Wow. This looks like the final mission of Allies or something like that, going deep into... What the Oh, he didn't see it. He did not. Oh, he did see it. There's the yak and... Wow! Oh my god. But yeah, this is something that we've been talking about. Apparently, normally the phase transport should uncloak if it drops, if it unloads or loads a unit, which in this case didn't happen. So Tanya was just able to get back into the invisible phase transport, and the Yaks have no idea where that unit went to. But static defenses can surely do that, and now the Yak should be able to take that out and takes Tanya down along with it. That's the only answer that Upps pretty much had. Ooh, that's going to be a decent kamikaze Yak right there. Didn't take out the radar jammers though. So yeah, the mammoths are not going to be really effective versus infantry. Nice counter though from Upps. But this is what we're talking about, is just pure quantity over quality here. Upps can do as much as micro as you want and take as much as cool engagement or traits with all these specific units, and you just has way too much. And it's going to come down to a final showdown here. Upps is going to move everything he has to protect his main. Anjew is going to send everything over as well. It seems like Tanya did come out of this racks but just got completely annihilated. Upps still has some artillery support, so it's not going to be easy for this army from Anjew to take out the base here. Meanwhile, he's diverting his attention to the army from Upps basically with the mammoths. Upps is fighting. He's actually doing a pretty good job, but it's still way too much. This second army from Anjew is going to take out the tech. There's a new Tanya coming out, and this time she's from a safe position trying to clean up this army. Can she do it? Well, I need to keep that in mind, man. You can hide your Tanya behind the ref. I need to see if that works. That should be cool. Alright, smart decision from Anjew here. Got forced out of the main base by the army from Upps. Retreated towards the expansion from Upps just to take a couple of harvesters before he leaves the area. Nicely done. And here is Anjew going forward. I believe the Iron Curtain is ready to go. It seems like it from the positioning of his army. Or maybe he doesn't even need it, or doesn't even want to use it. There's little to no resistance. We don't have to give away the Iron Curtain though. No, we have to give out some parabombs to our opponent. Wow, cleans up that army. Makes use of being close to the map, making it possible to spawn in the plains from that side of the map. Onto Upps. That was pretty nice. This is the second game and it's looking like it's going towards Anjew, and there is the GG from Upps. So here's the equalizer from Anjew, bringing it back 1-1. And we're going straight into game number 3, boys.
Battle control terminated.